Tonight on NewsWatch Ole Miss, yesterday's state governor debate had tensions flaring between the two candidates. We'll have more coming up.
Plus, more people died from another Israeli bombing from earlier today. We'll have more to the story coming up.
As we head into some cooler fall weather, NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Amanda Pereira.
And I'm Hannah Baker. The governor's race between current Governor Tate Reeves and Democratic opponent Brandon Presley was anything but friendly.
Both sides didn't hold back with insults and kept cutting each other off to speak. The tension came when hot topics like teacher pay rise, the state's largest embezzlement scandal, the welfare scandal, and eliminating the income tax. Presley accused the governor of being at the heart of the embezzlement scandal. However, Reeves denied that allegation.
The debate ended with Reeves highlighting things that his administration accomplished, like higher employment rates and teacher pay raise. You can cast your ballot to vote next Tuesday, November 7th. A well-known civil rights attorney is joining the call for justice in a case in Mississippi. The family of Dexter Wade says he was struck and killed by a police car earlier this year, but his family wasn't notified until months later. Ross Adams reports.
What kind of system do we work upon? Do you think about the system here? Do we have a system that works for us?
Betterstein Wade has a lot of questions she wants the Jackson Police Department to answer. Why did her son Dexter Wade's body remain in a morgue for 5 months after he was struck and killed by an off-duty police officer in a patrol car before they found out he'd been buried in a pauper's grave? Was the delay in notifying the family connected to her brother George Robinson's death? Prosecutors say the 62-year-old Robinson died after he was body slammed and assaulted by 3 JPD officers more than 4 years ago.
I think so, because what other reason would you think that we go through 6 months and they don't tell me who my son is? Is it hard? Is it hard for them to connect dots?
Her brother beaten to death right out here, her son hit and thrown off in the grave. Now, I wanted to tell you, did they know? Did they know who he was? Did they know who she was?
Dexter Wade was struck and killed as he was walking near the interstate. That happened in March. Wade was buried in the pauper's grave in July. The family found out where his remains were 1 month later.
He was my only son. And I would have never thought this had happened to him. Nobody could have even told me in my sleep that that's what happened to him.
As I've heard it described, the cop killing cover-up case. And it's important that we understand it from the family's perspective.
Speaking at a Monday morning news conference, prominent civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who's representing the family, called for justice and called for the U.S. Justice Department to investigate the case. Crump says he doesn't trust state and local authorities.
Justice for Dexter Wade. Justice for Dexter Wade.
The coroner identified Wade 3 days after he was killed near I-55 and McDowell Road. They found Wade's name on a pill bottle in his pocket, which led to the Hines Behavioral Health Center.
We have a record here from the coroner that we will share with you all.
According to case notes, the coroner did have Wade's mother's phone number and address. Between March and June, the coroner called JPD 7 times to ask whether the family had been notified his body was in the morgue.
If they really wanted to notify her that the police officer had hit and killed her son when he crossed the street, they could have came in, knocked on the door.
According to Wade, she filed a missing persons report about her son and even asked police several times to check the morgue.
They told me they couldn't find him. Nothing. He ain't in the morgue.
City officials say what happened to Wade was an unfortunate, tragic accident, and their investigation found no malicious intent by JPD staff. A spokesman told us last week the lead detective in the unit investigated the case until he retired in July. The city says a second officer followed up, which led back to the coroner's office. Crump now plans to petition a local court to get Wade's body exhumed and to have an independent autopsy done, and later to give him a proper burial.
An Oxford man has been charged with felony false pretense after trying to use a fraudulent check. The incident happened September 22nd when officers responded to a business on University Avenue. Michael Austin Gross, 26, was arrested and charged with 1 count of false pretense, a felony bad check. Gross was issued a $20,000 bond by a municipal court judge.
With the high demand for the new RSV monoclonal antibody, which also outspaced the supply, experts now recommend families to take steps to reduce the risk of RSV infection. According to Dr. Laura Wright-Sexton, assistant professor in pediatric critical care, younger kids, especially babies younger than 2 months, are experiencing more severe disease and the highest rates of admission to the pediatric intensive care unit, marking 12 patients on Monday. The Junior League of Oxford has taken measures to give a real meaning to Thanksgiving, hosting its biannual diaper drive, which benefits the diaper bank at the North Mississippi Exchange Family Center. Throughout November, residents and business owners can drop off diapers, wipes, formula, and feminine hygiene products within donation boxes located at several businesses across the city. You can also donate money through Venmo or purchase items from Oxford Diaper Bank's Walmart Baby Registry. Per capita, Mississippi ranks at the top in the country for sending high school graduates to college, even though those students often struggle to stay in school once they are accepted.
Now, the Oxford School District wants to help those students succeed. Juliana Jackson reports.
Superintendent Bradley Robertson says 85% of Oxford High students attend a university, but only 54% of those students obtain a degree.
You can see there's a large discrepancy in the percentage of kids that are going to college and the percentage of kids that are finishing with a degree. And we have to ask ourselves, as a community, as a school district, and as a state, why is that happening? What skills are missing?
Robertson and his team keep working on the problem, refining a program called Pre-K to Professional, which helps students navigate through academics, career, and life.
This is in the Oxford School District. And then we're also measuring tons of career indicators, things such as attendance rate. Employers want students that will show up to work on time. And that habit starts in high school.
Ole Miss student and Oxford High graduate Mary Mac Parnell says the Oxford School District prepared her for college, but she knows other students who have dropped out.
It kind of, I think, goes back to a level of perfectionism that Oxford expects, and sometimes when you can't meet that standard, it's very disappointing. And so the person that I know was unable to meet that standard, and so he was having a very hard time with it and eventually just started working full-time.
Parnell says the guidance from the Oxford School District helped give her insight on what her next few years at college would look like.
High student, it was a great experience because it really is kind of like a mini college.
With the program Pre-K to Professional, they are looking forward to seeing what the next generation of students may hold. Juliana Jackson, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Oxford School District has more information on this program and more on their website oxfordsd.org. Oxford Animal Shelter has plenty of furry friends that can be adopted.
NewsWatch reporter Junia Newsom-Williams was able to get a chance to meet the shelter's pet of the week.
Oxford Animal Shelter is home to many awesome pets, including Pet of the Week, Agatha. Agatha was dumped here overnight in the cold alongside her babies. She is 3 years old and loves to cuddle. If you want to come see Agatha or are interested in adopting any of her babies, make sure you make an appointment and call the number 662-234-3981.
Coming up next on NewsWatch, more people died from another Israeli bombing earlier today. We'll have more details coming up.
And the alleged murderer of rapper icon Tupac appeared in court today. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Hey, Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
We're here when you're ready.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuck.
Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. At least 20 people died from Israeli airstrikes today in Gaza, according to the head of the main UN relief agency. The airstrike hit several Gaza schools that were sheltering around 20,000 people at across 3 schools, according to the head of UN Relief Agency for Palestine Refugees, Felipe Lazzarini. Over 20 people died at 2 school locations in Jabalia, and 1 person died at Al-Shati from the airstrike. The shelters hosted a number of people of Gaza that lost their homes. Lazzarini says shelters are clearly notified, meaning the Israeli military know their location. The war between Israel and Hamas began on October 7th when Hamas attacked Israel. The U.S. government is putting its money where its mouth is when it comes to improving school safety. The Justice Department will give more than $334 million in grants to communities across the U.S. to improve security, including at schools. The money will allow law enforcement agencies to hire more than 1,700 new officers. It will also provide critical funding to support crisis intervention teams, de-escalation training, and to continue to advance community policing nationwide.
As the war between Israel and Hamas escalates, so are anti-Semitic tensions. Acts of hatred toward Jews found on social media posts and vandalism have intensified to court historic levels, according to FBI Director Christopher Wray. This has Jewish communities around the world concerned about the future. John Loring reports.
Cornell University cancels its classes for Friday following the arrest of 21-year-old junior Patrick Day. He's accused of allegedly posting online messages that included calling for the death of Jewish people and threatening to shoot up a kosher dining hall on campus.
I mean, I've seen general anti-Semitic sentiment and things like that, but to have not only a direct threat, but a direct threat to a building that I personally go to and eat at and see friends at, like, that was really scary.
The Anti-Defamation League says anti-Semitic threats increased close to 400% shortly after October 7th, when a Hamas attack on Israel resulted in 1,400 deaths, most of whom were civilians.
We are focusing our efforts on confronting and disrupting illegal threats wherever they arise.
While the Carter Center issued a statement calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, including a 2002 line from the namesake former president that said, quote, "We will not learn to live together in peace by killing each other's children." The Biden White House is drawing some pushback for its support of Israel as the death toll in Gaza has passed 8,700, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health.
Our message is very clear. No ceasefire, no vote in 2024.
Mr. Biden has pursued a policy of death.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The suspect in the Tupac Shakur murder from over 27 years ago pleaded not guilty during an arraignment hearing in Las Vegas Thursday. 60-year-old Duane K. Davis, also known as Kafid, was indicted on murder charges in September. Prosecutors told the court they don't intend to seek the death penalty. Police say Davis orchestrated the plan to track down Shakur, along with death row records, executive Suge Knight on September 7, 1996. Davis has said publicly he was in the front seat of a white Cadillac when it pulled up alongside the car Shakur was riding in, and that shots came from the back seat. Shakur died 6 days later. Davis was arrested on September 29th and has been held without bail since.
Target is one of the main retailers that are giving people a reason to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. They are offering holiday meals for just $25. The meal serves 4 and it includes a 10-pound turkey, potatoes, green beans, cranberry sauce, stuffing mix and gravy. Customers can find the deal on Target's website. Walmart is also offering a lower price on holiday staples. The retailer has 2 meals, one you cook from scratch and a ready-to-bake option that are cheaper than last year. Meanwhile, Aldi is also lowering the price of over 70 items by up to 50%. Seasonal items and kitchen staples are included in the price reduction. Now let's check in with weather anchor Erica Fontano for a look at your current conditions.
Good evening, everybody. So the current temperature in Oxford is 59 degrees and it's pretty sunny with a little bit of wind at 5 miles per hour, so there's a little bit of a breeze. We'll be back with the full weather forecast after the break.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, how about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Welcome back to NewsWatch, everybody. So as you can see, around the state, we have pretty much around the same temperatures. So in South Haven, we're at a high of 61, as well as Tupelo. Then Holly Springs at a low with 58. And then Corinth and Oxford the same at 59. And then tonight, it's going to get pretty chilly at 35 degrees. It's going to be mostly clear. And then as you can see, there's going to be a little bit of wind. I recommend starting your car a little bit early tomorrow morning so it's not too cold when you get in. Then as you can see, there's pretty much nothing going around in the state rain-wise, so it's nice. It'll be pretty clear heading into this weekend. And then tomorrow it's going to jump up quite a bit. It'll be 65 degrees, as you can see, so it'll be pretty warm heading into this weekend. We'll have great weather for the Friday. And then tomorrow's temperatures are going to be pretty much the same around the state. Again, we're going to have some highs in Oxford and in South Haven, as you can see, with 65 degrees. And then in Tupelo, Holly Springs, 64, and a low in Corinth at 63. And then the game day temperature is going to be 70 degrees, but it is a pretty early game, so it might be a little bit chilly in the morning with some winds at 5 miles per hour. And then as we head into the rest of the week, we're at Friday, 65 degrees. And Saturday, it's going to jump up a little bit to 70. And as you can see, it's going to progress to get a little bit higher throughout the week, with Tuesday will be ending at 77.
Thank you, Erica. And coming up, the football team is set to face Texas A&M this Saturday, and the Texas Rangers are officially World Series champions. I'll have that and more next up in sports.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch. Kicking things off in sports, the Texas A&M Aggies are headed to Oxford this weekend for the 15th all-time meeting between the Rebels and the Aggies, dating all the way back to 1911. The Aggies lead the all-time series 9-3 with 2 wins being vacated. Ole Miss is off to a 7-1 start for the second straight year, the first time in back-to-back years since the 1961-62 season. Lane Kiffin is the 7th Ole Miss coach with 30 wins, and we hope to make that 31 wins this Saturday at 11 a.m. Good luck, Rebs! And last night, the volleyball team defeated the LSU Tigers in a close 5-set match. The Brandon, Mississippi native Julia Dias put on a show for the packed stadium, tallying a career high of 22 kills on a .310 hitting percentage. She was one of 4 Rebels to finish with double-digit kills in the match. Fifth-year senior Anna Blair followed with 15 kills, and blocking duo Peyton Broch and Sasha Ratliff came alive with 9 blocks on the night. The Rebels are heading to South Carolina this weekend for a Sunday matchup against the Gamecocks, where they can hopefully keep this winning streak going. And a huge congratulations to Ole Miss point guard Matthew Morrell for earning preseason all-conference honors. This marks the second straight season that Morrell has earned this preseason honor as he enters the 2023-24 season as one of the top returners in the conference. He was the team leader in scoring last season, averaging 14.4 points per game, and he is nearing the 1,000-point mark for his career as he enters his 4th season here in Oxford, Mississippi. You can see Morrell and the rest of the team kick off their season November 6th at 7 p.m. when they host Alabama State in the SJB Pavilion. And saving the best news for last, last night the Rangers won the World Series. As a Rangers fan, it feels like I've waited this moment for my whole life. The Rangers finally get to claim the World Series trophy for the very first time in franchise history. The Rangers won the game last night against the Diamondbacks with a whopping score of 5-0. Right after Nathan Eovaldi threw his final strikeout of the night, the Rangers looked to each other in disbelief and then hugged and mobbed one another, screaming in joy. Congratulations to the Rangers, and I hope you enjoy every single moment celebrating at home in Arlington, Texas. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us on X at @Rebel_Watch for the latest sports updates.
Thank you, Haley. Next on NewsWatch, an animal is being mistaken for a famous Hollywood actor.
NewsWatch will be right back after the break.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to NewsWatch. We have a few weeks until Thanksgiving, and brands are already making things creative to celebrate.
Now, some are creative, but some are a bit unusual. Torgiano Pizza has announced its very own Thanksgiving pizza for those who don't feel like cooking for the holidays. This pizza obviously includes turkey, but also a few other questionable items.
These toppings include sweet potatoes, green beans, cranberries, and crispy onions. Can you guess what other topping is on there? Can I get a drum roll, please? Gravy. Yes, there will be gravy on the pizza if you're thinking about getting one. It's already sold out, actually, with a promise from the company that more is coming soon.
Speaking of food, a pig named Kevin Bacon is being confused for an actor named Kevin Bacon. Reporter Jeremy Roth has more on this unique story.
The search for Kevin Bacon is over, thanks in part to Kevin Bacon, even though Kevin Bacon doesn't even know Kevin Bacon. Everybody confused? Let me explain. Just one day after Chelsea Rumbaugh welcomed the cleverly named pig Kevin Bacon to her Pennsylvania farm, Kevin rooted underneath the fence and flew the coop, setting off a 2-week search to bring home the bacon, if you will, which proved tougher than expected as the pig proved quite wily.
We got a net, he stepped around it. At the slightest crunch of a branch or a tree or leaves, he would book it.
While Kevin Bacon was out living footloose and fancy-free, see what I did there? A Facebook page on the search was started, amassing thousands of followers, including, you guessed it, one Kevin Bacon, the actor, who's a Pennsylvania native himself and who threw his star power behind the efforts. In the end, it was a sticky bun spiked with Benadryl that brought this ham on the lamb to a halt.
He definitely enjoyed the cat and mouse game.
He's back home again safe and now with less than 6 degrees of separation to his celebrity namesake. In Ohio...
Well, that is definitely the most famous pig I've ever seen in my life. I don't know about y'all.
Yes,
but
me
That's right,
too.
that's right.
Apart from Charlotte's Web, I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's good. All this talk about food is making me hungry. Make sure to tune in with NewsWatch next week. I'm Hannah Baker.
And I'm Amanda with your latest news.
And I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch.
And with Stormwatch, I'm Erica Fontana.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in next week. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.